My name is Paul Gautier, and I am a partner in Riverstone Wealth Management, an investment banking firm here in Austin.
All right, Paul, and would you like to talk with us about that today? Or?
Actually, I was going to tell you a little bit about our core values at our company. One of the stories that sort of got me on the track of realizing how important core values are. I owned a business prior to the business I'm in now. That company is called Cornerstone Media. It was an advertising agency, and one of the clients was the university, Lamar University. Great school, where I graduated from. Go Lamar. And I got to working very closely with the president of the university there, who was taking quite a few arrows politically because he wasn't working within politics of the Board of Regents, but he was doing great things for the students. So there was real conflict. And at one point, there was a group within the Board of Regents who were trying to get him fired, basically. And I knew that that was unjust because this guy was a good guy. And they called an emergency meeting 250 miles away from Beaumont, from the campus, with 2 days' notice, which was the minimum. And I thought, I got to go, and I've got to speak on this guy's behalf. So I went to my business partners and explained to them my call, that I felt compelled to go and talk on his behalf. And they both thought I was out of my mind because this company represented a pretty good amount of revenue for our firm at the time, and the Board of Regents is who signed our contract, not the president. So for me to go against the Board of Regents in a public hearing was not a good idea. But I just had this gnawing thing, after they told me no, not to do it, and they were both much older than me. I went to see one of my advisors, a guy named W.L. Pate, retired military colonel. And he said, let me ask you two questions. First of all, how much money do you make on this account? So I did some calculating, and I shared with him, what we made, a pretty good amount of money. He said, now let me ask you a second question. What's your integrity worth? Don't answer. I'll tell you what your integrity is worth. It's not for sale, for any price. Do the right thing and let the chips fall where they will. And I left his house floating. I just felt this is exactly what I thought inside, what my gut was telling me. Yes, I've got to do the right thing. I've got to go and speak on this guy's behalf. It's unjust. He's a good guy. It's politically motivated. They're trying to fire him. So I made the plane reservations. I flew to the place where they were having the hearing. I was the first speaker. I had 90 seconds in front of this board. I was a kid at the time. And I made a plea for this guy's job. I told the people how I knew firsthand what this guy was doing. He was doing a great job in healing a lot of wounds in the community. Right behind me, another person got up there. Then another person, and the room was packed with people speaking on his behalf. The end of the story is he kept his job. And we went back in to talk to the Board of Regents, and we kept our job too. And I thought about that a lot of times. What would have happened if I hadn't gone? What would have happened if I hadn't been the first speaker and sort of set the tone with my impassioned plea for this guy? Because I was coming from my heart for this guy. I was pleading for him in this public forum. And I think maybe it might have had a different outcome. And I think about that in the stuff I do today. And it just, I think, bears out how in any job we do, in any company that we own, in any task that we have, we have to always check against a higher authority, check against our consciousness, our conscience, our gut. What's the right thing to do in this situation? Might not always be the most profitable thing, or might not be the thing our partners think is the right thing. But looking back, I've got no regrets. Everything happened the way it should have happened, and I'd say that more than anything has been formative in making me the person I am today in business.
All right. Well, thank you for that today. And it shaped you. Obviously, you're a wonderful guy in the community, and one of the many things that has made you Paul Gautier.
Thank you, Will.